Cheers.
Cheers. It's fun.
Very fun. It's a nice place.
Thank you. Don't get comfortable.
I'm usually nude in here.
Hey baby, it's the day. You know your baby loves you while you want to know. Hey, stay baby, seriously baby. You know your baby loves you while you want to know. Hey, you felt the fire in your heart before I came around. I know the feel you feel is real from when she let you down, but I'm a long way away from anything she's done. Don't make me pay for every drink that she's blown. La la la, the good golly, the sweeter the sugar, the bigger the bother. You know your baby loves you while you want.
Well, apparently he didn't overstay his welcome. He's back. Dr. Terry Dubrow.
Hello.
Hello, darling.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Cheers. Happy New Year.
Am I going to have to go get you a refill?
No, I'm good. One's good enough. I'm a one drink guy. Okay, that's a lie.
What are you most looking forward to in 2017?
Spending time with you and the kids. Now that I'm not doing so much work, although I'm doing still a lot of work, but a little less than 2016.
But what's new? What's different?
In 2017?
Yeah.
I think,
Well, we just started our podcast a few months ago.
yeah.
So as a lot of you know, we have a book, Dr. and Mrs. Guinea
Yeah.
Pig, because we go out in the world and we test everything, health, wellness, and beauty on ourselves.
Yeah, I think you and I are going to test on ourselves some really important things that everyone wants to know about.
Yeah. We have some cool surprises coming for you. If you want to hear our podcast, by the way, you can go to Podcast One or iTunes. It's Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig.
Yeah, we're going to do something very significant in terms of new laws that have taken place 2017.
You know what I think is funny? Like, when we started the Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig podcast, did you think it was going to be fun or painful?
Both.
And?
Both. It's fun because I love spending time with you and we have a lot to say and we do a lot of different kinds of experiments on ourselves and we test all these new things, which is very important to know about. But it's painful because we're so busy.
Yeah.
And we somehow insert it into our lives and we make it work thanks to you and thanks to Natalie. But it's a lot of work.
It is, but you know what I have loved about doing it. First of all, I love just doing the show with you. But one of the things is, when Terry and I talk about relationships and we give advice to people, we always say find a date night, find something to do with your spouse that makes you happy. And so what we've done is, it's always on Wednesdays. Terry has a whole day of Botched up in Los Angeles. And I have my podcast, Heather Dubrow's World, which I do on Wednesdays in Los Angeles. So Wednesday has become our day away from our regular businesses, lives, and kids, where we do our separate stuff during the day, and then we meet.
Yeah.
Then we meet, and we do our Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig podcast, and we go out to dinner.
Right, we found a weird way to combine, to spend more time together, making our work life and our sort of social romantic life into one. It's our date night where we do our Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig podcast and then we go out to a wonderful dinner in Los Angeles.
So it's like the one day a week that's ours.
Yeah.
I think that's really important for people.
Yeah, it is. I mean, everyone has to find their way of making their relationship special, keeping it new, keeping it, sort of spry, and that's how we've done it.
So I'm going to give you an opportunity.
Okay.
Anything you want to ask me?
Yeah, I mean, what do you hope for 2017? What's on yours? I mean, we do so much stuff already. What do you hope happens in 2017?
Well, all right, so Terry and I have this tradition that we do every year where we write down what happened this past year, and then we write down what we hope happens next year. And we have a reflective moment and we read them to each other. What happened this year, reflect on our year.
Right.
And then we take what we hope happens for next year and we seal it, and we put it in our safe, and we read it the following year. So it's kind of cool to see, what came true and what didn't. And this year, for the first time, I thought, I don't know that a lot of it came true, but I didn't care because I felt like 2016 was a really substantial year for us.
Yeah.
Even though there were definitely challenges, you were traveling, first half of the year was hard, but I feel like we finished well and moved into our house and spent more time together. So I guess for 2017, I don't know. For me, I've always been such a control freak that I always thought, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And I have totally come to realize, partially from you and learning from you, is you have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to be different than you think. I have some cool stuff on the horizon, but that means nothing, I know, and it could all change and shift. I just want to keep being able to service you and the kids, and
Which you do really well.
yeah, thanks, and do something surprisingly creative. Because if you had told me last year that I would have sung the national anthem at Angel Stadium, I would have said, no, I'm not going to do that, and I did that. That was cool. I had no idea I was going to do that. I hope that things like surprising, creative, fun things happen this year. What do you want to do in 2017?
You know, I think we have an opportunity because of all these sort of different avenues we have to express what we do with our lives. We have an opportunity to help us and other people understand and appreciate what things work and what things don't work. It's sort of the Dr. Miss Guinea Pig vibe. I think we have an opportunity really to test things that people are spending a lot of money on, they're spending a lot of their time on, a lot of their hope on, that actually may not work and may work, and we're going to help them figure out what the best sort of thing to do is.
Hey, if you guys want more of Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig and more of me and Terry, you can check out our podcast, which is Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig on Podcast One or at iTunes. And you can see us on Hollywood Today Live and E! News. We do lots of segments as Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig.
Yeah, and we're going to do a really, really important, socially important Dr. Miss Guinea Pig experiment coming up.
Yeah. Oh, and get our book, Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig, everywhere books are sold.
Yeah.
I'm sure inquiring minds want to know.
Yes.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
On a guy. Jewelry, no jewelry.
No jewelry, none, zero. A wedding ring. Okay,
Yes.
that's a demonstration. I love.
And
And this. This is our family band.
talisman. I love it.
Yeah, this is it. But no jewelry, no watches, no jewels, no diamonds, nothing.
Roll-on deodorant or spray deodorant?
Roll on.
And it's mine.
It is.
Secrets made for a woman.
Yes.
He doesn't care.
But sometimes strong enough for a man.
And everyone knows I drink champagne. There's only a champagne button in here, but would you like to tell the people what your drink is?
I drink vodka, soda with a splash of juice, like orange juice and cranberry. And what do you usually add to that?
Pineapple sometimes?
Pineapple sometimes or grapefruit.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the closest thing to a dietetic cocktail there is.
He's a little mixologist. We go out to a restaurant, he orders a vodka soda, and then on the side, a little splash of this, a splash of that, a splash of that, and he zhuzhes it up.
Yeah, it's like 60 calories. It's perfect.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs. But most of the time, commando, to be honest with you. If I'm in
Okay.
scrubs, briefs. If I'm out of scrubs, it's full commando.
Yeah, you know what's gross about that? When we travel, you bring like one pair of pants. You know what? I stopped packing for him. I used to pack for him, and I'd have all these clothes, and I just couldn't do it anymore because he kept saying I was overpacking. You will now bring, to go on like an 8-day trip, there's one pair of pants, commando, by the way, one pair of pants, there's 2 shirts. I have to beg, I have to sneak an extra something.
You know
in
what,
there.
though? I have some support out there for the one pair of pants.
No, you do. The pants don't wash themselves. It's disgusting. What is with men and hygiene?
Anderson Cooper.
This is why my 13-year-old son doesn't brush his teeth. I'm telling you, they're all the same.
If you ask Anderson Cooper how many times you need to change your jeans and how many times you need to wash them, he will say never. He said jeans are to be worn, taken off, hung, and then taken, put back on.
And wash never?
Never.
First of all, no.
Totally true.
That's a fail. And second of all, I bet Anderson's wearing underwear.
I'll bet you Anderson Cooper goes commando in jeans.
I bet you he is wearing underwear if he's never washing the jeans. Anderson, we need to know. Is there underwear?
There's no underwear.
There better be underwear. You can't.
Anderson's not wearing underwear.
He's wearing underwear if he's not washing the jeans.
He's not wearing underwear. By the way, we have a bidet. You're basically talking about, let's face it, issues down there in terms of hygiene, right?
No, but I mean,
I go to the bathroom. I walk in. The throne greets me. I do my
If you
business.
don't- yeah.
I wash. I dry. I'm as clean as any other part of my body, including my hands.
We have fancy toilets that wash and dry you, and there's probably a happy ending button or something. But the truth is, you're not always home when you go to the bathroom, and you don't have that feature.
I have news for you, and this may be way TMI.
By the way,
And
it's
by the
already
way,
TMI, and I don't even know what you're saying.
And newsflash, you don't even know this. But if I happen to do that while I'm not at home.
By the way, I know this.
You do?
Yes, we've talked about this.
Never.
Yes.
No, we
We
haven't.
clean it.
Oh, I do a
I
full blown, wash soap
We've been
moment.
together 20 years. Does he think I don't know anything?
Seriously, you could culture that area.
I
and you
have
would-
cultured that
and it
area
would-
on Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig.
And by the way, 48 hours out, which is bacteriologically how far you test,
Yes.
there would be no growth.
That's like the sexiest thing I've heard all year.
I'm clean. I've got a surgical butt.
Well, Hanya, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I love you.
Love you.
We wish all of you all the best in 2017.
Cheers to you.
Look at it.
Okay. Bye. See ya.